So, that's the interesting thing. The funny thing is, when it comes to rugby, I have no idea what's happening up in the higher tiers, because I don't have a clue what's going on with the Mitre 10 Cup. You know, who's coming. I know who's coming where, but wouldn't have a clue how the playoffs are going to be run. Do you know? Would you have any idea there, Reno?
Yeah, well, you're right, mate. Auckland at the top there. They seem to be looking pretty good at this stage. Last night's big game, Wellington Lions up against the Taranaki team.
Yeah.
Saw the return of Dane Coles.
Yes.
His first game back.
Made a big
Colesy
difference
was
too,
back
yeah.
to his usual number 2 running around the field there.
Yeah.
Got a few minutes under her belt, but just good to see him out. They had a big win as well. Tasman, well, I don't know what's happening to the Magpies, mate. The old Michael Davidson and wet conditions at Trafalgar. But I suppose the big game this weekend is this afternoon. FMG Stadium, Waikato.
Yes.
The Ranfurly Shield is on the line.
Yeah.
Waikato against Otago. That'll be a hell of a game at 5 o'clock today.
Yeah.
Waikato win, well, that's the shield locked away in the cabinet.
Yeah.
It'll stay in Kirikiriroa, and but Otago will bring everything, I would guess. So that's the big game today. Counties Monaco, Canterbury as well. Auckland, North Harbour. There's another good clash, battle of the bridges, bit of history there. The Turbos head down to play the useless Stag team. The Southland team have been not winning anything, not doing too good. So Manawatu host them at home at Palmy. So yeah, a bit of action going on there. I'm like you, mate. What I'm interested in is a lot of these players. You'll hear their names get announced at the end of the year for the All Blacks.
Yeah.
They're extending the squad for the tour to go to Japan in the Northern Hemisphere tour. From what I understand, I think it's going to be like an extra 19 players, so 50-plus players will be on that tour. So hopefully guys who have played extremely well in this Mitre 10 Cup get that acknowledgement. Maybe seeing a couple of players who may make it in the black jersey or get a run on in the black jersey and haven't even had their chance to play for a Super Rugby franchise yet. Yes. It's happened before. Look at the hooker from Wellington last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Omua, who made it in. Yeah. I think we talked about this on Wednesday as well. You know, obviously Steve Hansen, he's not just looking at the, he's extended the squad, not just looking at, well, this is how I feel anyway. He's looking beyond next year's World Cup, isn't he? He's looking beyond, trying to capture as many people into it and get them invigorated, so that they can look beyond to 2019, eh?
Oh, totally. And already the name that's been touted to take over from Steve Hansen after the World Cup is Dave Rooney.
Okay.
That got released yesterday.
Yes.
So he is the possibility of the new All Black coach that to the NZRFU are talking with to take over from Hansen after the World Cup. So I think Hansen and the All Blacks will want to win that World Cup in Japan, obviously. They seem to have got the heads-up news on that. That sounds like it's going to be his swan song. And, hey, what fitting fixture would you do? Look at Ted, what he's done, and a couple of others. So, win on a high at the World Cup next year, and the team's in a good place. Young ones have had that experience because it's a next level. And if Dave comes to the play and gets announced as the coach, well, he'll bring it as well. So, you're right, bro. It's a concession plan going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, what else is happening in sport there, Reno?
Yeah, Breakers obviously had their opening debut for this season. The fans, membership fans, want their money back.
Oh, really?
They were not happy. Even though the Breakers lost, they were in there for a little while, but they lost the first game, the entertainment, the new owners. They were dumbfounded, actually, all the fans, and they're not happy with it. And, well, it's only game one. Jeez, don't write them off years. It's only game one. We've got a long season to go.
Yes.
Some fans, fans do you hear their name. They really do. So, the Breakers, they play at home tomorrow. They play over in Melbourne tomorrow. They take on the Melbourne team, but they're home Labour weekend. They've got the Kings coming to town. But, bloody hell, only first week into it. Already they're up in there, eh? Gone nuts on social media.
Okay. Oh, well, that's interesting. Bloomin' just can't keep any fan, or some of the fans just can't keep them happy, eh? What else has been happening there, sporting-wise?
Yeah, Noli and Taurua and the New Zealand girls, a bit of a defeat the other night. I think we were talking about they played Wednesday night, so they build up for their next game in the Confederation Cup. So let's hope they can, get something from it. The fourth quarter just fell apart for them. was only 1 point in it all the way through, then that last quarter just fell apart, mate. So a bit of netball news going on there.
Oh, okay. Now, also, what was interesting over the week, I heard about this young lady by the name of Amy Lee Summers, who won, is it the World Bikini Competition? After only training for about 4 months. So, well done to her. Good stuff, eh? I know you know a little bit about this young lady there, Reno.
Oh, there's another Amy Lee Summers from a movie industry that I know.
Oh, okay.
I might be leaving about the wrong one.
Could be. Anything happening sporting-wise over your way there, JT?
Keith, I must admit, mate, that I was actually nodding off to sleep until I heard the word bikini. And it's piqued my interest. No, last weekend I went to the OFR Rugby League tournament here in Queensland. Over 400 participants, which is a pretty good number.
Wow.
Lots of Māori dim on display, Māori tonga on display. It was beautiful to see. Some very, very good battles on the field. A couple of NRL players were fronted up, Lloyd Perrott and Kenny Edwards, who spoke for Parramatta.
Right.
And I think South Tonga, which is our region, and the Gold Coast took out the tournament with the most wins across the board. And Easts, Te Rāwhiti, won the Haka Award once again.
Nice.
A good friend of mine, Myron Wynell from Te Aute, he runs Easts and composed their Haka. So, to me, it's probably more important than winning the football. It's more about that sort of stuff.
Fair enough.
To use Rugby League as a vehicle to bring people together, it's beautiful to see. So, yeah, so that bikini girl, it could be something to look into.
I'm sure it could be. That's actually quite amazing, though. I thought 400 people in a country, that's, well, I wouldn't say, that's overseas. So there are just so many Māori all in that one place, isn't there? So many Māori that they're able to gather that many people to have a rugby league tournament. I think that's quite amazing there, JT?
Yeah, it is, mate, because it starts right from the under-14s right through all the age groups. Then to the women also have, I think, 3 different grades, and then the senior men. So, 4 different rocky, 4 different areas, each with X amount of teams. So, have over 400. And you could not get a car park. I had to park like 2 suburbs away and get the taxi to the venue. It was that many people, mate, and some good merchandise.
Yeah.
And, of course, with anything Māori, bro, there was some good guys. So, well done to Andre Partey and the organisers themselves for putting on a great 3-day tournament.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome though over there in Aussie though, Reno?
Oh, it's huge. That's great to hear. How you keep that whole whānau going on and everything like that through sport. This tells you how powerful sport can be, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. It can indeed be. Anyway, gentlemen, let us get to.
I'll just quickly get this in there. I suppose the biggest news that come through New Zealand last week is the government, how they're invested into sport. I don't know if you heard about this, but they added another $10 million into getting the new initiative for women and girls to get out their sport and be active and recreation, everything like that. That's a massive drive for the ladies. But the other big one announced just prior to that was the balance of finance support from the government for para-athletes and also for the athletes. So they may represent at the Olympics or the Com Games, obviously with Paralympians or able athletes, how they're going to balance that right across. Everyone's on an even scale of what they deserve financially. So just because you're an able athlete, you will get more money. That's not going to happen from the future going forward. So it's great to see our Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern and the recreation ministers and sports ministers get together and balance it all out. I think that's great for all sports people out there. Doesn't matter if you're a para sports with a disability or an able sports person. So that's huge. But also the initiative I announced the other day to add in money into injection to kind of get ladies and women out there. I know around here and around the Pairo Hauraki area that's already underway and up and going, female leadership coaching, but just to help out the wahine and get them out there and participate, there's a huge injection. So that's good news. I suppose that's big news of financial income from the government that's supporting sports majorly. So love it, mate.
Yeah, that's great news, actually. Great news. And, of course, because our Paralympians have been doing so well, haven't they? And so they deservedly need some extra funding, don't they, Rino?
Oh, totally. You know, they deserve to be treated just like enable athletes.
Absolutely.
And when you take a look at the medal tally,
yes.
They must have outshone
They did.
quite a bit, actually, and compared to able ones. So great to see the financial injection to both is going to be even. So, yeah, that was good news. Great news.
Indeed. Well, gentlemen, let us move on to certainly my favourite part of the show. The part of the show where we get to release our angst, I dare say. So, we hopefully, possibly what usually gets to happen is that we have our angst all built up over the week so that we're able to
put the boot in.
I guess just so that nobody else gets in before me is I'm putting the boot into myself, in particular for getting things wrong, obviously, in particular for getting things wrong, but I think it's because I've had such a happy, fun-loving week that I haven't had any angst to talk about. There has been no angst to be built up over the week, and I'm sure something will pop up, but maybe I'm just feeling really good about myself, so there we go. That's my
Put the Boot In!
You bloody took it from me, Keithy. You're going to get it right there and then. For a start, you called JT me, then he called you Ra. Oh, hell. Anyway, now I'll put the boot into our man of the moment, who's Mr. Orange Man, Donald Trump, dare I say his name. I don't know, where do you start with this guy? From, of course, the Kavanaugh story, and then you move on through to where he's meeting up with Kanye West. Man, this guy's in the headlines, and I want to touch on that Kavanaugh thing because, he spoke about feeling sorry for him, his family,
yes,
and his children, because it was just not good for him while he was going through. Mind you, he got put through in the end eventually. Mate, if you think that's the issues of worrying about a person, and I was talking about it the other day, what about those Mexican people who lost their children and you took away from them months ago? True. It was like, really? And then your dopey wife goes and dresses up looking like a model as such over in South Africa, thinking she's on something like a Indiana Jones or something stupid like that. Mate, the African people went through a lot when people were looking like that back in the days gone by. So I'll put the boot into Priest Donald and Lady Melania, bro.
Put the boot in!
Alrighty, my boot goes into Channel 7. Here in Australia. On Friday night, I'm at work. I've got some takeaways for dinner, as is the normal for Friday. I've set my client up in his bedroom with his Xbox, so he's quite happy. I go to flick on the TV to watch my Friday night instalment of Home and Away. And Channel 7 have got the stinking royal wedding on there. Princess, what's her name, Eugenie, and some lipstick called Jack Brooksbank. I don't even know who he is. But apparently she's the eldest daughter of Prince Andrew and the Duchess of Cork, whatever her name was, the redhead. Mate, here I am, I've had a hard week at work. I want to watch the last episode for the week of Home and Away. They've got some meaningless, pointless royal wedding on. And while I'm there, Prince Andrew should have married Sue Stark. She was much better looking. That's my put the boot in, boys.
Put the boot in!
Yeah, I was quite surprised myself. Who the heck is this princess or this Eugenie? I had no idea who the hell that was either. I don't know. Man, something's got to be done, bro. Something's got to be done. Especially over in Aussie. I didn't even think they liked royals over there.
No, not big fans of that family, mate. And, it took away my nightly bikini viewing. Home and away, Rob. Al Stewart, one of the most biggest legends in Australian TV.
But I tell you what, poor old Donald Trump, man, he gets knocked around for anything. What the heck was his wife doing, bro? Hey, Reno, what the heck was his missus doing, man?
What was she wearing? Hey, she looks good in it. I'll give her credit there. She looks stunning. She's an attractive-looking lady, but to wear something like that in a country that didn't like that type of stuff back in the day. No. Like I said, she reminded me of something from out of Indiana Jones. And then you see him, then you see old dopey Kanye in there as well.
What's up with him meeting up with Kanye? What's that about?
I don't know. He's always put himself out there. He wants to be the next president.
Yes.
But Kanye West gets it wrong, man.